Good morning everyone, welcome back to David at Go to Hobbies. Right, continue our videos on defensive driving for truck drivers. What you see as a truck driver is not always what a motorist will see. One advantage you've got is you're being up high. Two, you've been trained to a higher driving category of level of observation. And not only that, anticipation and a lot more other skills as well. So, defensive driving, what you do makes a lot of difference in your day's driving. In other words, you can make it as easy as possible or as hard as possible. We've covered approach to roundabouts, right? And when you are at a approach to a set of traffic lights and the road you want to take is turning left up that traffic lights, what do? You can't keep in the left-hand lane, right? Because if you do, you're going to take the lamppost out or you're going to take the traffic lights out. So you need to be out towards the second lane, right? And you need to be in a position well in advance before you just on top of it, because you've got to be planning ahead. So you indicate to pull out to the right. So you need to indicate to the right, and then you want, as soon as you've indicated to the right and in that position, to stop cars coming up the inside. You don't want to be completely in the right-hand lane. You want to be 2/3 in the right-hand line. Once you've got there, and as you're pulling out slowly, put your left-hand indicator on. Because what you want to do when you're actually in that position of you've got access to the second lane, you can indicate left and show other people that your intention is to turn left. Otherwise, they will come up your near side. So as soon as you've got yourself, or just before you got into a position that you indicate left, that's telling other people what you are going to do. You're taking a wide sweep and getting around that traffic lights. Most people with half a brain cell will realise what you're doing. You'll get a young lad that's got no experience come up the inside, let him go. Don't try and cut him off. We've all done it. We have done it. Okay? All I'm saying to you is don't antagonise the situation. Use common sense. Let them go. It is 5 seconds of their absolute chaos will save you 2 hours of bloody paperwork where you've prained him. And you won't be a flavour of the month for the boss either. So let them go. When it's clear to do so, you position yourself probably excuse me a little bit further in the outside lane, because people already know. Bear with me, excuse me. Sorry about that. You position yourself a bit further in the outside lane so you can take a nice wide sweep and trying to avoid any lampposts, traffic lights, road markings or whatever, or these little light illuminated boards. And you try to negotiate the left-hand turn safely and courteously and professionally as possible. The other thing you've got to be aware of is where vehicles are coming up that road and where they've stopped. If it's a bad turning, highways normally would position their stop position further back for allowing for HGVs to turn into the road without causing too much of a problem. 9 times out of 10 doesn't always mean the case. It will be in practice. Just so be aware of looking down the road before you turn down it, because you might be in a position to turn left, but you can't get access because of the parked car on the left. In that situation, you won't you weren't aware of what's down that road before you got into a position where you've basically committed yourself. And sorry about the birdie. When I start talking, it starts rabbiting. So you weren't aware because you can't see past that building at the end of it. So what you need to do is wait for the traffic to either move or gain access to that road so you can negotiate it. That is the safest way. Instead of trying to push your way through, in other words, causing people problems, it be like a woman, isn't it? Can't get a word in edgeways. But what I was saying is this: you really got to use a bit of common sense here. If you can't get down there, you wait till it's cleared. It might mean blocking the traffic lights up, but you weren't aware of what was around the corner. And it's better to act on a safe attitude and be courteous to other road users. But you've got to remember, these idiots, all they want to do is get from A to B as fast as they can, sod everyone else in the process. But you, as a professional driver, need to act as a professional, not one of those morons. Alright? Use common sense. Alright? That's what I'm saying to you. Use common sense and read the road conditions. You know what it's like. You get yourself in a position, you think to yourself, I wish I'd have seen down the road. I might not have blocked it up. But you weren't aware of that. So you can't presume it's going to be blocked. You don't know what's going to be facing you when you go around that corner. Well, there you go. Could be roadworks, could be anything. Parked vehicles in the way. Or it can be completely empty and you just go around, which would be nice. Anyway, that's negotiating a left-hand turn and using denial of access for a left-hand turn. And then we'll cover the right-hand turns in defensive driving as well. And I'll tell you why. But there's two other reasons why you take this type of thing, this action. One is to basically prevent damage to property and your trailer. But also, when you take a wide turn, you've got to remember about the overhang of your trailer, what's going to hit. So if you're right up against something, your back of the bumper of that trailer is going to take it out. Just bear that in mind. So always think about the overhang of your vehicle as well. So that being said, any questions, comments, leave them down below. Let me know what you think. And also, please like, share and subscribe. And again, sorry about Mr. Tweety. He's having a moment. Bit like the wife, isn't it? Yeah, see you next time.